With abstraction, the possibilities always felt more exciting because they weren't telling me how I would have to make marks. They were asking me how I could sort of invent mark making. So I'm constantly asking it myself. What am I putting into the paintings? Is there ever an agenda with the painting? I wanted the most simplest of ideas to start painting. So I would make paintings about like the word push or squeeze or collide or crush or expand, like expansion, so like physical events. But over the last few years, identity, I've been much more willing to use that and look into that and explore that. Way more willing than I was in my sort of like early 20s when I was kind of rejecting it. Or maybe not rejecting it, but definitely kind of ignoring it. In the search that I do every time I'm sort of making, because all my making is that kind of a searching thing, there's this constant thing with my identity that it is both able to be present, so I put things on, but then kind of also has to be removed or hidden or camouflaged and sort of cut away. Giving marks the opportunity to act intuitively with material, that really does allow, I think, this kind of chance for your body to tell a story in a sense, you know, for your body to like tell the story that maybe is buried within you. There is that sense that by giving it that space to do that, you are allowing your body to talk and your body to sort of to leave the imprints on the paper.
So these are the true green films that Edmond was working on. There's different examples going from crayon to watermarks, and they all create a different texture that we will be able to capture and expose and get all of these stenciled onto the screen. Edmond has been working with true grain, which became his most favorite thing to use in this project of printing. He used Indian ink and some black acrylic paint in order to achieve marks. All of them create different finishes, and as you can see, the scratching marks, he used the blade knife to, once the film was dry, he would just go back and scratch into it by removing certain details and then coming back again and adding more. This is a very typical way for Edmond to work when it comes to his paintings, and I think this was one of the main reasons why he felt so comfortable with printing, as it wasn't too far of his true nature. I have an experience of over 10 years being a professional printmaker. My main role in this process is to captivate everything what's on the film and transfer it onto the screen. As a printmaker, you do the best way you can to fulfill the vision that artist has, and you bring your expertise to deliver what would work the best for the work that is in front of you. And with this collision of two energies working together, it is very intimate, it's very close, you grow to work very close, get into conversations and talking about your week or your family or your history, your story, what brought you to the point where you actually here in the studio and why you're here to print this work. And that's why I feel like printing is such a special thing. It's a pure beauty of that. And that's what I always love about printing. So Edmond came to me to help him to achieve his vision of having these prints done. And the way we went about having his artistic approach, being extremely hands-on artist who didn't want to step aside and just watch the process. He really wanted to be a part of it. Edmond is such a bold character. There's no way you can box him in any way. He's just this energy about him. There's no way to tell him like, this is what we're gonna do and now follow through. This is the procedure. Yes, we work collaboratively. However, I'm very much intuitively following what Edmond would like this print to go as.
I came to this with zero expectation of what I could do. I genuinely didn't think that it had the same capacity as painting. The first experience that I had of this, I wanted it to be as hands-on and messy as possible. So I've got these like plastic bits of sheets, and I've got an acrylic-y paint that I can use, and then if I painted letters onto the surface, if I then let that dry a bit, and then I had no idea that I could do this, but I could get my blade and I could scratch into that line, so I could thin it out or delete it. So I could essentially do the same removal and addition process that I would do in my studio on that bit of plastic. You know, I even did things like I would paint a letter, paint another letter, whilst it was still wet, I would spray water on it. I'd let the water settle and it would sort of bubble up the surface a bit. I might let that settle for a bit and then I might dab it away, but you still get these beautiful watermarks. No idea that those watermarks would then be able to be visible when put through the light box. So that was incredible, like all of these subtle details, from like spraying to wiping to scratching, very fine details. They all resurfaced through the process of that light box, which I found incredible. I kind of almost forced them into ways of being, you know. They're butchered. I didn't realise how flexible this process was and how much it could reflect my own practice. You know, I didn't use this like normal. It's not normal printmaking, is it? It's like they are pieces with print in it. So it was dynamic in that sense as well, you know. You can have, the possibilities are just like broad.